here we are.
Last week's episode had such a long cold open, and I don't even know what to say here.
Yeah. I'm PTSDing from it.
Welcome to Outdated.
Yeah. So I started keto.
Wait, is this our cold open?
Sure, why not? I started keto this week just because,
cool.
This has to be hot gay summer.
I've postponed hot gay summer for me.
Yeah.
Maybe 2026. We'll see.
Okay. No, just after leaving, whatever it's called, that bar. I just
should
got
not be named. What is this?
I know, but going back into teaching just put me into a slump. Just because I feel like I'm back into that old place that I was when I was first starting to try to find a job teaching, and just hating every day of being, well, not hating, but it's not where I need to be. Yeah. It's not where my soul gets passion. It's not feeding my beast. Feeding my beast. Yes. So I just, go into a slump, and I think my mind and my body are very reflective of where I'm at in my life. Yes.
Interesting.
So put on 15 pounds. I know, whatever.
I wouldn't have noticed.
I know. Most people don't, but I hold it all in my back.
You mean on that ass?
No, not my ass.
Just your back.
I wish it was in my ass. No, literally my back. Yeah.
How does that work?
Above my ass.
Like you have a little
I hold flap? Two little pouches on either side of my...
What, are you a camel? Are you
no,
saving hydration back there?
My little man tire.
Little man tire, my little
but
man
it's
tire.
Mostly a caboose. But it's... I don't know.
No, caboose is your ass.
That's true. Yeah, I'm a camel, I guess.
I think you're a camel.
When I'm depressed, I become a camel. Anyway, yeah.
Sounds like a really bad poem that I'd see in Reader's Digest.
I know.
When I'm depressed, I become a camel.
So it's just time to get a little bit into shape before summertime.
I don't know. Just do some walking. Add some little
some
stuff.
cardio.
Yeah.
Some weightlifting. Yeah. I'm doing it now. Yeah, I'm back into the groove.
Yeah, I think simple stuff is an easy way to alleviate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But just jump starting the summer off with keto. I can only do it for a week because it fucking sucks.
Because you have no fiber in your diet.
Well, no. I mean, there's no... I try to do the net carbs instead of zero carb. I tried that. That was horrible. But yeah. So, yeah. Steady as she goes.
There she goes.
There she goes again.
She's on keto now, trying to number
and I
like
just
a camel.
Wanna shit.
Hey, welcome to Outdated with me, Matt Rebar.
And I'm Mikey Sowers.
And boy, oh boy, last week's episode got rave reviews. Or so I'm thinking, because we're actually recording this before we even put out that last week episode. So, a little meta for you. But, Mikey, how's your dating life going? What's going on?
In lieu of talking about my dating life, I want to talk about two things that I'm pissed off about this week.
Yes, tell us.
First of all, listen, Tinder. I don't know if you're policing these new profiles that I keep coming up, but there are hundreds of these men profiles, 40-something straight men with 5 pictures who are new profiles.
Yeah.
Every day. It's totally catfishing. I don't know how you police making a new account, but they just keep coming up. So what do? I swipe left on them to see if they respond. You
mean swipe right?
No, swipe left. I want them to respond to me. Oh, yeah, swipe right. That's right.
I was so confused.
I had to put my hands up in the air and say, oh, that's right.
I believe women. I'm listening.
No, I swipe right to see if they will respond. Oh, but you're straight. Why do we match? I don't get it. I just thought you were hot. No, I've never gotten a match from it. I'm just saying.
Oh, gotcha.
Just pissed off. Stop.
Yeah.
I see your
Scamming,
game.
dating app scams, yeah.
Who are you scamming? Poor white women. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, white women. Anyway, Number two. Listen, men, you need to figure out how to kiss better.
Oh.
Have you ever been with someone who just horrible, sloppy, eats your whole face? Like, slow down.
See, I just think I like eating the face, but it needs to be like a certain delicate confidence about it. Like, you can't just go in there. Like, you need to like, I don't know. There's a way to do it well. I'll tell you
This is not a watermelon eating competition.
I don't know. You say that now.
It's more of a sushi, like, delicate.
Are you saying you're like Pacific East and you only demand high rollers into your sushi bar?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I don't like being compared to a sushi bar. But.
See, I like a little bit of both. I like a little sushi bar and I like a little watermelon eating. Like I like a little trash and a little class.
If your mouth is on my chin for any reason,
I love that.
No.
Like a little bite down the chin. Like,
no.
What, Mikey?
No, so sloppy. Not into it. I'm sorry.
See, you're a little germophobic though. You're a little.
I don't. Not germaphobe. Just
cleanly.
Slopophobe. Like,
see, I don't
need. I don't want to towel myself off before we continue.
No, you just let it be wet. You just be a marsh. You just. See, that's why you don't.
Marshland is not my game. No.
See, turn me to the Everglades. Glaze me up.
No hot moisture for me.
What is it? A chameleon tank?
Yeah, I know. No hot moisture for me.
And who did you recently kiss that was bad?
No comment.
Okay. Meanwhile, I have a couple updates. Well, let's talk about the one that probably is direct first. Talking to someone who I talked to a long time ago.
Yeah.
And in this case of recycling, we had never met. We'd only talked. The conversation was good.
Yeah.
It just was one of those things that fell out.
Was it like a Tinder match or?
Facebook dating.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right.
The problem is, I think he's demi-bi.
Okay.
And I can't get a read on, like, do you like me? Like I threw out, like, we talked for a while. Like, I guess maybe 2 weeks now, or a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me know if you have any Memorial Day plans. Like, I have a couple things, but he's like, yeah, I'll hit you up about that. And like, goes back to talking about like what we're talking about. So it's very hard to get a read on that. Yeah. I'm like, I guess just keep talking. But like, here's what's going to happen. We're going to keep talking. And at some point, like, that's not going to be enough. And it's going to fade out again. Yeah. So I am feeling a very like, I guess I got to play the long game if I want a chance to, try and win the race or whatever the metaphor looks like. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's a little not frustrating because that's who they are. And, I feel like I've been trying to be more understanding of where people are at,
What my therapist has been saying often is if you match with someone, have a good conversation, great. Make it offline as soon as possible. Get it there because it's really just going to be a conversation when you don't want a conversation. You want a physical being. Yeah. I agree with that. You want to start dating someone in the real world. Yeah. So if it continues, it's just going to fizzle out naturally because you're going to run out of shit to talk about. So
I don't know. I have a pretty good life.
You need the physical chemistry in order for it to continue. So
no, you're right. Yeah. I'm going to have to kind of put a little bit of a, I don't want to say time limit, but kind of circle the drain a little bit. But and then in other news, I think I've decided, I've not done it officially, but I think I've decided that I will be joining our local bathhouse because I went to Vegas. Okay. And I loved the time I had in the pool. Okay. It was such good therapy. I felt like so like my joints, and I could just get in the pool and like twist my body, and I could just, it just felt so nice. And I'm like, you know what? I know our local pool house has a reputation, but who knows? Could be interesting to see that.
So for our straight white audience, explain what the bathhouses are.
So it's technically a place where you can go and you can do a membership, and then you go and you get like a day pass added to it. So you have to have a membership to then even do a day pass.
So it's like Wyandotte Lake or Cedar Point.
Kind of. Yeah.
Lots of water sports happening.
Oh. And it's just a place like indoor, outdoor pools, you know, spa, sauna, whatever. It looks like, I don't know the full amenities package. But I love my Planet Fitness. You know, I'm an active PF member, black card all the way. But like, yeah, I just want a pool. And I feel like this is the best of two mediums because like, I don't really want to give up the Planet Fitness membership. But then like, I don't know if I really want to be paying for like YMCA. Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's worth paying that. So, like, to me, it's like, well, shoot, $40 for a 6-month membership plus the 10 per visit. I'd probably go maybe once bi-weekly, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's a better investment than the YMCA. I don't know. So, I'm considering it very heavily.
But let's talk about the culture of the bathhouses for
so
what goes on there.
So there is definitely a sexual element at the bathhouse, but not all partake. Not all partake. Okay. Some partook.
Some just snoop. Some just like to watch.
At the end of the day, my body, I need a pool. I realize that very heavily in Vegas. I need that luxury. And if that luxury comes with a side of scandal, who am I to...
I know.
Ignore the scandal.
I like a nice pool, but I'm a private pool girl.
You can come and wear one of those like 1910s beach outfits.
I know, right? A big hat and some big glasses. Leave me alone.
I don't know. I could convince you. They have, so you could actually do 1-day membership for $10, plus get the locker for 10, so 20.
You have to buy a locker for $10. Why?
I don't know.
That's an insane amount of money just to put my shit away.
I think it's a Costco thing. I don't know.
You're buying space in bulk now? Great.
It's just like a membership. I don't know.
That's weird, though.
I just want a pool. All right. I just want a pool.
Just walk in naked. Save some money. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to actually buy the locker to get in.
That's strange.
I'm not sure.
That's
Listen, I'm going to go figure it out. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be...
I mean, listen. You and I rent some shovels. We dig a hole in my backyard. We make a pool.
Yeah, that sounds
let's do it.
Like a freaking nightmare.
No? Okay. I mean,
also
offer
a hot
stands.
tub and a sauna, Mikey.
Okay. Well, I can't get hot. That's my thing. Like, if I get
like
too
a little
hot,
bit. I like a little bit. Like, I just want a little bit to just like, and then go in the pool right after. Like, it'll feel so good.
I'm just a cold pool boy.
Just a cold pool boy. Who doesn't want to go to the bathhouse? So I'll keep you posted on my bathhouse escapades.
On your escapades.
Escapools.
Charades. Anyway, so our topic for today, I thought it would be funny if we would discuss some ridiculous dating etiquette rules from like the 1950s.
Where were you in the 1950s?
Of course, I was not alive. Just kidding, I was. I'm a vampire. So this article comes from readersdigest.com. So we're talking about a couple of these silly etiquette rules when boys and girls started dating. So yes, this is a very hetero-focused article. Yes.
Hetero-focused.
Hetero-focused.
I'm gonna use that in the wild.
That is a new phrase.
Roll
Hashtag hetero-focused.
Roll up to my pool. Be like, I hope this isn't a hetero-focused pool.
Hashtag straighties be here. Anyway, so let's go over some of these rules.
Okay.
And let's see how they fit in today's society of dating. Yeah. Okay, so our first one. Making the first move. You know, it's usually the man who makes the first move and asks the female out. Does that make sense today?
Well, it's funny. The article says that only floozies ask guys on a first date. Like, first.
How rude.
Floozies.
I mean,
we got to bring that back in vogue because I am super floozy behavior.
And listen, floozies, all the rage now.
Yeah.
They have their OnlyFans up.
I will say, I think this does hold true a lot because recently I was on social media monitoring the school that I teach at.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of people who are like, waiting for him to ask me out, waiting for him, and then some of these guys are like, no, like you should ask us out. Like we're tired of like being. So I think that this definitely still, I think it's definitely more encouraged for girls to ask the guy out first. It's probably a little bit more mainstream, especially in probably more like urban, suburban places for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I think this still is heavy.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is like with us, right? Like this is like a non-issue. It's really like whomever, you or me, you know what I mean? Right. So I think that's kind of what's interesting is like there's probably with straight people a lot more discourse about this where it just doesn't really exist for gay guys.
A side note, it's like I saw on like the social medias that it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I was not surprised, but there were a lot of comments in the comment section of this one post like, oh yeah, men need a men's health like awareness month. Yes. Why not?
Yeah.
Like men have probably the highest standards of the sexes, really. Like when we're talking about financially, you need to be wealthy, supportive. You need to be physically fit. You need to have your shit together. Like why not? Like there's
definitely a lot of. I mean, what I've kind of learned is a lot of us don't have it easy at all, right? I mean, certainly a paycheck helps, right? There are privileges that come with being white, being straight, being a man. For sure, there are privileges there, but. Mental health does not discriminate.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the feelings of societal pressure affects every one of us, right?
Yes.
Like, looking good, feeling good, being like, jacked, being rich, whatever that looks like. So, and I think the sad thing is with men's mental health, men are less likely to seek out treatment. They're less likely to be diagnosed, especially black men. We're going to start looking, at the intersectionality of masculinity. Gay men, trans men, a lot of mental health that often goes untreated, right? Often goes misdiagnosed, often goes whatever. So these are very important things. But
it's crazy because I feel like in our society today, everybody is very quick to call something out that they don't like.
Yeah, cancel culture for sure.
Cancel culture. Exactly. So let's cancel all men because, yes.
Oh, I wish. I like them too much.
I know. Can't live with them.
Can't live without them.
Can't live without them.
Rule number 2.
Yeah.
1950s dating advice. Respond quickly. When someone asks you out, you're supposed to give an immediate answer to be polite. With today's online dating, not responding could mean that you're ghosting someone, which is still considered rude.
Okay, so... respond quickly. I mean,
I feel like that's true, right? It's like if I ask you, if it takes you more than 3 seconds to answer, it's like, oh.
I once saw this post, and it's kind of more playing games than anything else. It's you're watching my cat clean his paws.
No, it like bit something out of its paws.
He
you hear that
cleans
crunch?
his paws. Yeah, they get a little dirty. Anyway, So I saw this post once where it's when you feel like the person is taking forever to respond, you react in response to that. So like if someone took an hour to respond to you, then you don't have to respond for an hour to that text. But if they continue to respond, like, I know it doesn't make sense because people have, different style, like different things going on in their life throughout the day or whatever, they're busy. But if they're not responding to a text and it takes them 5 hours to respond, why are they not responding in 5 hours? But anyway, I agree that you should respond quickly if someone asks you out.
Yeah. Or even say, you know what, I'd like to talk to you more. Like the amount of times like guys have tried to take it to text really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not ready to leave the dating app with you. Like, and I give my number pretty judiciously too. So, I think the idea of responding quickly when people ask these kind of questions, like, is important.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a little different with like dating apps and with texting.
Giving out your number is not like giving out your email, where you're afraid that you're just going to get on some email list and be bombarded by spam
I'm
emails.
actually more likely to give a number than an email. I'm like, you could text me. I don't know if I'll respond,
But yeah, I wish I could give out my phone number and I would just get all these men just keep on asking me out. Oh gosh, stop calling. Oh my
Your
God.
cat is having a full-on shower in front of us
It
right
means
now.
he's comfy. It means he's happy right now.
I heard a crunch. Why did he eat off his paw that had a crunch? That's what's concerning.
So, rule number 3, changing
I wonder
the
if the
subject.
audio picked it up. I swear I heard like a something was. I'm like, what?
I don't know.
All right, it's rule number 3.
Anyway, no excuses. Never break a date without providing a valid reason. Not interested in meeting up with someone? You're going to have to come up with something better than needing to wash your hair.
I gotta tell you, I feel excuses have gotten better than ever.
Yeah.
Because probably in the 1950s it was like, oh, well, shucks, my family wants to. But now it's like, oh, like work called or,
right.
capitalism,
I'm so broke. I can't go out.
Capitalism.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So I would agree. I mean, this is the tough part is sometimes like you get caught off guard and you agree and then you talk to them more and you're like, oh no, now I don't, like that can change. So I don't think that that's a fair statement to say never have an excuse because like, I mean, shoot, if you get bad vibes, oh, he's a creeper or like something's going on. Like, I don't know. I'd rather not go on the date than go on the date and be like scared or be like, what? Or like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So.
Do people really want the honesty? Like, would you rather get a response like, I'm just not feeling this, or I'm busy and then get ghosted?
It depends. I think it depends on how I feel.
Well, yeah.
I think if I feel ambivalent, then the honesty really helps. Okay. It's like, well, I'm feeling ambivalent. So I think when you're really into someone, it's kind of easier to like let it fade. But I think I'm personally team honesty on this. I think we talked last time we had a Trenches episode, Trenches 1, not to be confused with the sequel, Trenches 2, Electric Boogaloo. That whole thing, it was a week. And then it got to a point where I was like, listen, I need to understand like what possible direction this can go. And finally kind of force the honesty out. And that to me was healthier than like letting it sit and stew, So on number 4, be on time. Women should never be late to a date. When the date arrives, you should be ready to go. That was an etiquette rule for decades that still stands today.
I mean, these are all obviously from the 1950s, but it's a little bit different nowadays because, if I'm running late, I just shoot them a text. Like, I'm like 5-10 minutes behind and it's fine. Right?
Okay, but question, when do you send the I'm running late text?
If I know I'm not going to be there on time.
I agree. Some people won't send it until they're like, uh-oh, I've missed it and I'm running late.
Oh, no.
And I hate that.
No, that would be just, we said we'd meet by a certain time and you've just decided not to come at that time or something happened. Yeah. No, definitely it's respectful to do what I said is text if you know you're not going to be there on time.
Yeah.
Like people have to be at work on time.
Yeah.
Like that's you get to work on time every day. So what is the difference between telling me that you are going to be late as opposed to your job?
Yeah, no, fair
so
point.
Whatever, yeah. Number 5 is meeting the parents. Woof. Getting introduced to your girlfriend's parents can be a pretty big step in a relationship. In the 1950s, though, it was customary for girls to introduce all dates to their parents first.
Yeah, you're not meeting my parents until like 2 years in.
I mean, I've had some really good boyfriends in the past where it was like 3 months in. Especially if I like I was dating somebody from out of town, so the only option was for them to stay with me. And if I was, at my mom's house, then she would have to meet them. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Although,
definitely
if
there
you-
needs to be a
Yeah. If you missed a couple episodes ago, we had the Sex and the City episode with John. If you missed it, he has the most hilarious meeting the parents story on the second date.
Yes, that's true.
So go back and listen to that.
Yeah, that was like they were. How long were they together? Like, was it like they were dating for a couple months or?
No, that was the second date. I think.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It was bad. Next rule: apply makeup before you left for a date is when you should be putting on makeup. Primping in public was a big no-no. I feel like primping in public's a thing, right?
I don't know.
Like a little makeup, little blue. I don't know.
Before you let. I mean, I'm checking my hair in the bathroom before the date, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's a big faux pas.
I think that's like during the date, maybe like a woman just whipping out her powder and then just looking at herself and doing that. That would be rude. Sure, yeah. I don't know. Don't place your order. Ooh. If your date took you out to eat, it was ladylike to tell him what you wanted for dinner so he could order for you. To sound ridiculous, these are 12 even... Yeah. So, that doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah.
But you know what's worse than that? It's when guys order for you.
Has that ever happened?
Never happened to me, but like, it's still out there. They're still like, she'll take the watercress salad and the duck, and it's like, no, how do you know she wants that?
Right.
I don't know. That would piss me off. It'd be one thing if my boyfriend was like, listen, I have this thing where like I love to order for the table. Okay, whatever. If that makes you happy, it makes you happy. But I have this thing where like I have to order for you. I'd be like, no. Especially because I'm a hungry girl. You know me. I'm like in the video game where it's like, you know, the RPG, and it's like the warrior berserker hoplite character, like big bulky tank. Like, I need my meat. So
you need your meat.
On this next one, who pays? Why, men, of course. If a woman tried to pay for a date in the 1950s, it would be humiliating to do to guys. Dates can't be expensive these days, so perhaps splitting the check is the nice thing to do.
One drink plus tip is $10.
Yeah. One drink
Like,
is
that's
all it
insane to me.
takes to go on a date with me. Come on, it's funny.
It's crazy. Like, just to go out for a party of 4.
Yeah.
Can be over $100 nowadays.
Ooh, lordy.
At least.
I mean, going to Panera and having you pick 2 can be 20.
That's too much. It's insane.
Too much.
Inflation. Get out of here.
Greedflation. Get out of here. I go Dutch. Here's the thing, though. There's still some guys out there who think if you ask for the date, so if I ask you out for a date, I should pay. But I don't think that holds up. Do you think that holds up?
No, I don't think so. If it's a first date, I'm usually expecting to pay for my own.
But also, like, that whole power dynamic of, like, you pay for the first date, I hate that, because then it's like, oh, shoot, if they paid and I don't want a second date, now I have to go to a second date and pay for them.
What I have experienced is if someone is paying for me, they're really into me.
Yeah.
Or maybe the opposite, where they're paying for the date because they're like, well, I put you out and I'm not going to ask you out again. Like,
maybe.
Who knows?
Next rule, don't wait. Procrastinating on asking a girl out was one of the worst things a guy could do when he was dating.
Well, that's, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what you're kind of doing right now, just talking to someone. I mean, you need to go out on the date.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm going to do a date within the week. So I'll find somebody.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Sending an I'm here text didn't exist in the 1950s. When a man picked up his date, he was supposed to go to the front door of her house to call for her. Honking the car horn from the driveway was also considered poor form.
Well, yeah, I would agree that honking the car is a little like...
Honk, let's go!
It's like when your parents are like, get in the car! Yeah, right. I would agree honking's bad. I think if a guy picked me up at the door, I'd be like, okay, try hard a little bit. It might be... I might consider it cute or romantic, but definitely unnecessary, right?
Right. I don't think I've... Well, there was, I'm thinking about a time a guy actually picked me up for a date.
And he honked?
No, he came to the door.
What?
Well, no, I think he texted me. He said, I'm here.
Oh, that's
but no, he didn't come to the door.
Yeah. This next one, you got to have a watch. After meeting the parents for a date, guys were supposed to ask the girl's parents when they wanted her back home. Having a working watch was the best way to make sure you didn't bring her back too late, especially if you wanted a second date.
Oh. Well, I mean, the conversation about what time is too late for you.
Yeah,
Usually
like
comes-
especially like if like you're going to a restaurant, it's like a 50-minute wait. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, like one more drink, dessert. Like those things extend the time. So to me, I think how late is too late. That's a continuing conversation.
Oh yeah, like if it's during the week, I mean, 8-9 o'clock is probably a good ending point. For people who work the 9 to 5 jobs, but for those of us in the service industry who don't have that schedule, we can drink until midnight. All right, number 12, don her coat. If you wanted to show your date how polite you were, you would help her to put on her coat. It would be extra special if you offered her your coat when she didn't have one.
And what's funny? I don't think I see this in real life, but this is such a romantic movie cliche. Even to today.
Totally.
This is like still kind of like the epitome of romance. Like, oh my God, he gave her his coat when she was freezing.
Yes.
And it's like, how is it my problem? How's it my emergency that you didn't prepare for the weather?
Right. You're cold? Bitch, so am I. I need my coat, right?
Unless I'm not cold, and then I'll give you mine. But
I saw the weather forecast. It said cold as fuck, so I'm going to wear a coat. Why didn't you?
Listen, this coat was for me.
Yeah, that dress is pretty, but it's not warm. Anyway.
Yeah, when have we ever said that dress is pretty on a date?
Well,
open the door.
Not me.
Real gentlemen open car doors for ladies. Really, men are supposed to open any door for their date and let them walk in first.
Meh.
I think though, like this is my problem with the holding the door. At the school I teach, it is such a hold the door school. And sometimes it's like, just let the door go. I'm 30 feet behind you.
Yeah.
I don't need this door open. Now I feel like I have to run and catch up.
Yeah.
No, stop it. Stop overly holding the door.
Some of these have stood the test, the test of time. Like a lot of these conventions still are kind of working
Yeah.
in the hetero world right now. I think as gay men and like homosexual and trans, we've lost a lot of these.
Yeah.
So like opening a door for a date, I don't remember the last time a guy opened a door for me. And I don't remember the last time I did it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of strange. Curb it. Chivalry might not be considered dead if men still walked between their date and the curb of the sidewalk, even if you weren't born in the 1950s.
So
Chivalry.
I don't think people are paying attention to the curb. Are you paying attention to the curb like that?
No, not really.
Yeah, I think this is just like they didn't have anything better to do.
Like watching out for their shoes or...
I gotta say, this made me think
Puddles.
of, to quote Nelly Furtado and Timberland off the song Promiscuous, chivalry is dead, but you're still kind of cute. Can't keep my mind off you. Where you at, if you mind, if I come too?
Already know.
By the way, oh my God, it might have already came out. There's going to be a new Nelly Furtado song with Tuvlo.
Ew.
I bet it's going to be a club banger. It's going to be this year's Padam Padam at Shake. All right, next up, be loaded with money, that is.
Well.
Okay, maybe being rich wasn't a dating rule. However, men were expected to bring enough money along so the woman didn't pay for anything.
Yeah, what's this whole thing about the dowry where if you married a woman you would get paid?
Yeah.
What the hell is that about?
Well, because that's viewing women as property, and it's like you're taking property off of me. It's property that is I have to pay for this property.
It's crazy.
So it's like I'm giving you money to take my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Invest in a future. Okay. No kissing on the first date. I mean, that just... Boo! You haven't had a good first date if you're not making out. Yeah. I kind of still follow that rule.
I don't think you have to. I don't think you don't have to. I just think whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
But I think the idea that like you should never.
Yeah. It depends on how the night goes.
Yeah.
If you're vibing.
Yeah. Or if they're like, I'm a hardcore evangelical Christian. Yeah, probably don't kiss them on the first date. I don't know.
Problem there. If I'm going out with a hardcore evangelical Christian, we would have some issues with our...
I got issues.
Yeah.
I love that Nally can sing loudly and your cat is unperturbed. That means she likes me.
Obi. He.
Do we know that? Did we
You
ask
just
the cat?
misgendered my cat. How dare you?
Cancel me.
Cancel.
All right. Last but not least, bring the corsage. On prom night, you better not forget this corsage in the fridge. That would be embarrassing. Can I be honest? Corsages, rip off.
Rip off.
Rip off. It's
Yeah.
it's just the prom industry. They just try and make money off of you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 1-800-Flowers, not for me.
Yeah, more like 1-800 bare skin with no flowers. on
Don't
it.
call 1-800-BEARSKIN. You'll get a completely different...
Are you looking for the love of your life?
It's like, hi, my name's Tony.
And I'm Matilda.
I'm naked right now.
I'm thinking of you and
Yes.
only you. For $3 a minute.
I'm wearing a leather jockstrap.
Would you be a good phone sex operator?
I'm a good actor, so
I think I'd be good too.
I think I could do it. I would need a script, obviously, you know.
Like, yeah, but like,
Yeah.
sir, I just think about you all the time. Mm-hmm. So, all right, well, shall we get a pickup line and a dating information and get the hell out of here? Because people
Yes,
are probably
we
like
shall.
so annoyed with us. All right.
Well, here's a pickup line.
Ooh, hit me.
Are you an alien? Because you just abducted my heart.
Oh, I was going to say, is it because I'm out of this world? All
That would be a good one, too.
right, Mikey.
Yeah.
I trust that everything happens at the right time. And I am patient as I wait for a meaningful, fulfilling relationship.
Okay. You could put any word in for relationship and it would make sense.
We should do Mad Libs, Mad Libs affirmation.
I trust things happen for a reason. I'm waiting for a meaningful shit. I took fiber. I'm waiting to crap. Anyway.
Well, StarVoltStudios.com at Starvolt Studios for more original podcast programming. Of course, my personal handle at Reebstar, HRIBSTAR, Insta, X, TikTok, TikYak, Facebook.
Tick yak.
I don't know.
Is that TikTok for yaks?
Hey, this one's gonna buffalo you away. Ooh. And Mikey, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Mikey_Sours or, you know, someday in the future, Twitch at When I'm Feeling Gamey. I'm currently playing games on Twitch.
Awesome. All right, and if you want to be on the show, you have ideas, questions, concerns, comments, whatever that looks like, just send us a DM, and we'd love to hear from you. So, until then, XO.
Goodbye.